Alright, welcome back folks to another episode of Shade Tree Alex. Now today we're going to be doing a fuel economy test on the Kia K4 and we're going to be putting it through a hell test today. I'm going to give it a good beating. Taking a long drive tonight. I'm going to be Ubering, so let's see what it gets. Write in the comments what you guys think it's going to get. It's supposed to get 30 in the city, 40 and 39 on the highway. I think I'm going to average about 30. I mean, I'll vary it up between highway driving and city driving and a little bit of idle. We'll see what happens though. I'll also be using adaptive cruise control and the lane steer assist on occasion. So this is not going to be the consistent test at all, but it's just going to be an overall usage test of how this car would perform as an Uber, a taxi, or even daily driving throughout the city in greater like suburb areas. So I'm going to start off with this pump here at this gas station, and so it's not flawed like the last test where the pump shut off on me. I'm going to come back to the same gas station and try to use the same pump. You know what? I am going to use the same pump because I'm not going to go through that again. So like I said, this will be a series of tests, and we'll start off with this video, and I'll bring you into the city tonight. So with this test, I'll be comparing what the computer says and what the pumper will actually say at the end. So with that first click, I'll shut it off. This tank does not hold that much, but it was nearly empty. Alright, that's my first click. So I'm starting off with this. Took 27 to fill. But like I said, it's not going to be the number. We're about 5 miles into this trip. We've been going a steady 30, 40 miles an hour. Hit one stoplight. So far it's averaging 36.3 miles to the gallon, it says. Not bad. I'm sure things are going to change though. We'll do the math later. Alright, we've gone 30 miles so far in about an hour, and we're averaging about 34.5 miles to the gallon. So far it's been a little bit of highway. I want to say about half of it. Nah, not even. About a third of it's been a highway, and then the rest has been this back road kind of stuff going like this. Usually keeping it around 35. Alright, it's been about another hour. So far I've gone 82 miles now in 2 hours and 30 minutes, and averaging 36.7 miles a gallon. And still the ratio has been about a third of this highway and about 2/3 in the suburb kind of roads. I got a little bit more ways to go tonight, so we'll see how this ends up. It's a slow night, so it's not going to be really too intense, at least stop and go. Well, so far we have 117.5 miles with a 3 hour and 18 minute timer, and so far we're getting about 37.4 miles to the gallon. I tell you, I'm getting a little tired. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here right now, and I need to get some shut-eye, so I'm going to continue this test in the morning during the day. So I'm just going to shut off the car, not keep it idling, and because I really want to fill up this tank when it's low, and I believe it'll give a better accurate reading. Alright folks, new day. I already had to run a couple errands, so looks like I'm at 143.8 miles on the tripometer, 5 hours on the timer, and I'm averaging 33.2. It went down a little bit. It might go up a little bit now because I'm going to go back on the highway. I did a lot of inner city travel this afternoon. Not much, but enough to drop it. See how this goes. Back to Ubering. 167 miles, 5.38 hours, and 33.3 miles to the gallon. We're going over the Zakem Bridge right now, over this beautiful city. Bumper to bumper traffic. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Welcome to Boston, where it takes an hour to get to anywhere in Boston. Alright, we've gone 180 miles, almost 8 hours, and now we're averaging about 30 miles to the gallon. I had left this car idled for about 45 minutes, and we're passing the Encore up over here, looking beautiful. Well, I've gone 232.9 miles in 9 hours and 52 minutes, and I'm averaging 30.3 miles to the gallon, and I only got 123 miles left on the tank. Slightly above a quarter of a tank, so, and that gas station I filled up at last time is right in front of me, so I think what I'm going to do is go into this gas station, fill her up, and we'll get our numbers. Alright, so I'm at the same pump. See how close the computer is being accurate. .06 gallons. So we used about 80 gallons here. So at this point, we're going to go back in and do some numbers, do a little math. We'll see how much. See how accurate this computer is. Okay, so we used 8 gallons of fuel, and we drove 233 miles. The computer says we have an average fuel economy of 30.3. Let's see how close that is. So 233 miles divided by 8 gallons, 29.12. And the computer was off a little bit by a mile per gallon. Pretty close though. It's acceptable. Now, this fuel economy test was based on doing Uber or rideshare in a city, so there was a lot of idling time involved. Actually, not too much. It was about 45 minutes of idling the whole thing. A lot of it was bumper-to-bumper traffic this morning. Last night was quite a bit of highway back roads. The fuel economy was a little bit better last night. Fuel economy was terrible this afternoon, but that's how it goes. Cars at least getting 30 in dead traffic. Dead standstill traffic. Not bad. Not bad. Now, I'll do other tests in the coming weeks. And we're going to do a highway test. We're going to do a back road test. And I think on those tests, you'll start seeing higher numbers, at least for the highway test. We should start seeing upwards of 40 miles per gallon. I've seen it before in this car. I'm sure I'm going to see it again. And I'm kind of curious on the back roads how it would do, though, because I'm seeing some high numbers on there as well. Now remember, again, this was a harsh test. We put it through punishment by doing rideshare taxi service. I mean, this car stop, goes all the time. It's going to be rough. The fuel economy is not going to be that great. Any other car that normally got 20, 30 is going to be a lot less. So, in the end, not bad. So, thank you very much, folks. I'll see you in the next film. Shade Tree Alex. Have a great day. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.